Hello, my name is Daniel Moon, and I'm the owner of Hair Los Angeles. I'm really excited about this next series of class, Wig 101 with Merria Dearman.
My name is Merria Dearman, and I'm partnering up with Daniel Moon at Hair Los Angeles to bring you more education in the industry of wigs. This class is really designed for anyone who's a hairstylist. It is really to acclimate you and to educate you and get you to understand wigs, whether it's a manufactured wig, a film wig. There's all these different kinds of wigs. You need to understand which kind you're going to choose. You can focus your career on hair loss and alopecia. You can either get into editorial, you can get into film if you choose that as well. This will cover all of those bases, and you will leave a wig designer and with the ability to order directly from our supply chain, which will give you the opportunity to increase your revenue stream.
So what's included in this class? You'll be getting a wig stand, clips,
measuring tape, combs, pins that are specific for working with wigs, shampoo and product from Isles Formula.
So you're gonna be walking away with a full kit, a full starter kit to
start designing wigs and ordering wigs and modifying wigs and getting them to your client, whatever industry you choose to pivot into. So we wanna teach you, how to get a client behind your chair and really sit with them and design something and make something that will enhance their beauty. This class will teach you specifically the outline and the road to take in the consultation to service those clients. I want to give you the ability to do that and offer your client something that they can't get in a salon right now, unfortunately, and stay in the salon instead of going somewhere else and buying something off the shelf without a hairdresser and being very unhappy. So I think it's really important that, we really cover hair loss, because I'm 47 and it was in my chair when I was 26. And now that I'm older and my clients are older, it is, it's obviously become the majority of my clientele, to the point where I can't even service all the people that are experiencing hair loss. You have autoimmune disorders, you have cancer, you have COVID, there's hormonal changes that people experience, and men, 30 million men, suffer from just male pattern baldness. And I can't exclude men from this, because there are a lot of men that wear hair pieces and love it as well.
Like, how do you make people comfortable about taking this route? Because when they start buying these pieces and start wearing these pieces, that's a whole nother thing.
You understand hair and you know how to make this look good, and that is extra support. That's part of the service. It's not always just about your technical ability. It is also about who you are and your relationship with your client as a hairdresser. We also want to cover wigs for film. Really, traditional wig making comes from the film and theater. I also learned in film and theater how to buy a manufactured wig and modify it with some of the skills I learned from traditional wig making. In terms of film, we want to really get you to understand how to work with different lace and densities and what looks good on camera. There's a lot of different elements that go into film. Theater is a whole nother beast, because you're on a smaller budget and often you won't be able to make a wig. And much like wigs we use for the public, we use in theater. So what happens is you're given a small budget, you have a couple weeks to design something, and then you're learning to run shows like Broadway and things like that, or even small theater productions. If you have never worked with wigs before and you're a hairstylist, it's really critical that you take this class before you start to focus in on those genres.
Even recently working with Madonna and her whole team, doing wigs for her dancers.
That was theatrical for sure.
can combine and utilize that theatrical experience with you.
It all applies to editorial. It all applies to, we're creating a picture, we're creating an image, what can I bring? And many of these editorial stylists that we work with will pack a kit, and they'll have different wigs with them when they travel, like Danny does, or extensions, so that while you're creating these looks, you have things in your bag that you can use to kind of, step up your game.
Merria, what's the difference between, say, like we were talking about, like a shop downtown where that supplies, wigs from the lowest amount of dollar to like the highest amount of dollar. What's the difference between those wigs and the wigs that you stand by?
That's the other thing. Mass-produced pieces are often pre-colored, pre-cut, and they're built in a construction and a base that's heavier and machine-made. And so often they just don't have the comfort level that a handmade piece does. That being said, they're still good for certain situations. I think for editorial, they're great when you're looking for something that you're just going to use for a little bit. Or maybe you have a client that just can't afford a price point and they need something. A stylist can always buy something. This is the magic of being a hairstylist, and make it look like $1 million if you need to.
With this class, you will walk away knowing how to buy, modify, design, prepare, and deliver a wig to your clients.
Not only that, you're going to elevate your skill set, and you're going to majorly increase your revenue stream.